So, like, what advice would you give to somebody, say, if they are going into that first society meeting,
Yeah.
or like once you actually get there and you're walking in the door? Sometimes, like, how would you start that conversation or start talking to people?
Yeah, that's a really good question, and it can be a real challenge for people, and we work with a lot of people who, go to class or to those society meetings or, go to the football training and still kind of report after a while, I still feel really lonely. And when we pick it apart, it's because they're really still finding it really hard to actually talk to someone, So they're kind of going, but they're not connecting as such, and that can be really, really hard. And it's not a simple it's not a simple fix as such. It's sometimes really helpful to understand that when we've been maybe lonely for a while, for a very long time, or when we've maybe gone through difficult experiences, maybe we've been bullied in school or had negative kind of relationships, then we can start to believe something a bit unhelpful about ourselves and the world. So we can start to believe nobody would want to speak to me, I'm maybe not good enough for people to talk to. And I suppose if we feel that way about ourselves and think about the world in that way, we can go into a room with the nicest people in the world, and we might still not make a connection, because if we think that way about the world, we're likely to maybe go into the room with our head held down and maybe almost try and make ourselves invisible, maybe go to the corner and look at our phone and really hope that nobody comes and says hello to us.
Yeah.
But then maybe at the end of the meeting feel quite hurt and rejected that nobody came and said hello to us. And that can reinforce that belief we have about ourselves, that maybe I'm not good enough for people and maybe no one will ever want to speak to me. So that's a really hard cycle to break, but it's not impossible. And I suppose we didn't fall into that cycle of maybe feeling bad about ourselves overnight. We didn't just wake up one morning and kind of feel really lousy. It happened over time, and the road out of it happens over time, and it starts with kind of small steps.